Okay, welcome guys back to my channel. I'm Jenny Wren from A to Z Crafty Crafters. I'd like to thank everybody who has supported me through 2023. I thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the comments and subscribing to my channel along the way. If you've just newly clocked in to watch the video, don't forget to press the subscribe button and press that bell so that you'll get a notification when I put a video. First off, I will tell you that I don't have all the softwares to cut out mistakes and that sort of stuff that I make in the video, so what you see is what you get. This is about my third attempt of doing this. I try to make it as best as I can. Today I've been working on some Christmas stuff. I've had a lot of circles cut out. I think there's 3 3/4 circles, I think they are. And I have some of these, the veggie spin ones that I have done these the other day. I've got 6 of each. Each one is done with the colours. This one I use, ones here, I used red, green, yellow and gold. I put the red first, then the green, then the yellow and then the gold, and they all just turned out totally different. You'll never get one exactly the same. In the veggie spin, when I've spun the colour, I then go around and I do little spirals around and around, and then I go back and spin it again, and that's what sort of spreads the colour and makes these pretty little different patterns, I suppose you could say. So that was those ones. And I've just backed these with the gold. That'll go that way. And I'll put resin over the top, and on the back of this, I haven't got it as yet, but I will put resin on this too, and then I'll put my stick on, what do you call it, cork, when it comes in. I've got it ordered, but I haven't got it as yet. The other one that I will be doing, I'll do 1 or 2 of this one also. This was just purple, gold and silver. I put the purple first, then the gold and then the silver. And this is how they turned out. They all turned out so beautiful. I just absolutely love them. And I love the vegetable spinner, as you can tell. I do a lot with the vegetable spins. This is the other one I did. This is blue, a dark blue, a light blue, and what else I put in there? Oh, and white. So I just have the 3 colours of this one, and that's what I've got in these here. And they, once again, they all turned out different again still. So that's the other one. I've run out of cardboard too, so I've got to get some more, and hopefully I'll get one before Monday to finish them off. So I have, with my chipboard, or my chipboard, some of you guys call it chipboard, I just call it cardboard. I just use cereal boxes. There's nothing out of the ordinary. It's just all cereal boxes. I've used that, and I do 4. I glue 4 together, which I'll show you how I did it. But I've already got 3 stuck here, and this is one of the last video I did. I went out of alignment, so I had to cut it and yeah, stop the video and redo again. These ones here, I've already done these. One is filed, that one is filed down, which I use a nail file. I have here my nail file, and this is one yet to do. So make sure they're dry before you file them down, otherwise you just sort of cut it up and it wrecks you the nail file and that sort of stuff. So I pre-done those so that they'll be done. So all I did, you will need just cardboard, whatever picture you want to put on it, whether it's scrapbooking, pack picture, or you find something out of a magazine, a pretty picture you can put that on, a piece of artwork, you can put that on. What else? Christmas cards, gift wrap paper. It's whatever you choose to put on it. You could actually even paint your own design on straight onto the cardboard if you choose. Once again, that's your choice. Like these ones here, I've done these here and they're already for use. I did these, I think it was last week, not last week, might have been the week before I did these. And they are ready to go. So if I was to use those, I'd use 2 of these ones here, and then I'll use another one. Oh, sorry, I'll use three of those with that, and that'll make 4 pieces of cardboard to make it thick enough. So what else is there? These are pieces I've got here I'm going to cut up. I don't know when these were done, a long time ago. I think the grandkids did this when they were visiting. I'll cut up and I'll get quite a few out of these ones here. What will I get? 2, 4, I'd get 5. Wait a minute, it doesn't matter if I get white on it, I'm not going to be so phased about that. So I'll get 6, just 6 out of those there. So I'm not worried about a little bit of white on there, that's fine, it's just part and parcel. And then I'll do that one too. These are more veggie things I've done here. I'll cut these but a bit shorter, and I'll get 2 out of that. I might push 3 if they're small enough. I'll just pause this a minute and I'll just get one of the ones that I've made. Okay, these are the ones I've already done, these ones here that I have corks on the back of them, but I may get 3 out of these. Yes, yeah, I'll just get the 3 out of that size. But these are nice little glass, or just a cup size, those ones there. Put them up there. This one here, I had used the white back parts of the napkins, and I scrunched and glued them all down, and then I put it in the veggies bin just to experiment what would happen, how to turn out. And I like that. I think that'll come up really nice, and I'll be able to UV on top of that, and I think it'll look quite awesome. You can also use dried flowers, like if you've got a plain background, and you can then put flowers on these also, which is really nice. They come up really pretty. So we'll get started. I've got 3 there, I only got 1 more to go on that one. I'm just using PVA glue. As everything I do and use is PVA glue. I don't use anything else out of the ordinary. It's just PVA glue. So I just move it around to make sure I got glue on all edges, and then I'll just push it down, and have a piece of plastic or something of that effect that's under your work, because you use a brayer or a rolling pin. I'll just grab a rolling pin. This is a little tiny rolling pin. Sorry, my camera's moving a bit when I walked. And all you do is just roll it out to get the glue to go to the edges, or if you've got a brayer, use your brayer. But this rolling pin is one of the kids. It's many years old. I've got 2 of them. They had them with those cooking sets many years ago, and I just use it for, before I got my brayers, this is what I used. Before I even got my die cut machine, I used to buy die cuts and use the rolling pin over the top, not pressing really heavy but pushing down on it to cut my paper. So you can, you don't have to have a die cut machine for embossing or anything like that. You can just use a rolling pin. So that really squashed it in right to the edges. So I'm just going to set that one aside so it'll dry. Set that one aside. And then I'll do these 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got some more here cut. I have to get my kids on to cutting some cardboard for me. As some of you might know, I had a fall and injured my shoulder, and I've got to wait for surgery, but they're making me wait 365 days before I even see an orthopedic surgeon. I damaged my cuff, and I got 3 really bad tendon tears. They're severed right through, and when I had my scans done, they said that they're chronic, they need to be fixed, but they're not going to get fixed, not for at least 12 months. So, but anyway, you just sort of soldier on. I'm a big believer that you're not giving so much pain that you cannot handle. Sometimes we're human and we do feel the pain, but I've got to keep reminding myself, as much as it hurts, I'm just pressing it down to make sure my edges are all going to be glued. I keep nappy wipes beside me for wiping my hands and wiping up the mess. I'll put another coat on, put another piece on, so I've got 2. If you want to make them thicker, it's your choice. You can add another 1 or 2 pieces to it, but I wouldn't go any thinner because I don't think it'll be very secure. Well, not secure, but I like the thickness. But again, still, you may like that. That's okay. You can do that. It's your project. Okay. And if anyone's out there that like to do a live with me at some stage on YouTube, please feel free to let me know, and we can do a video together. It could be on your channel or it could be on my channel. It's up to you guys. I'm open to anything. Only thing, ours be a little bit different. That's the only thing. And I don't have a light out here, but we can sort something out if you're interested in doing that sort of thing. I'm just pressing this out to make sure that I'm going to get it to stick properly. So I'll go that way this time. Just rotate it around so that you're sort of making sure you get it all properly around. And just run your fingers around it, and that helps the glue to adhere better. So I'll put another one on that, and that'll make 4 to that one. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm just rubbing it around again to get to all the edges. That it shall stick. It may move off balance a little bit, but just slide it back into place. And this is the same sort of method that I did the a pair of earrings with. Only thing, I put a split down the center, little valley side of thing down the center, put my wire through, but the same sort of method I use for where you want to call them medallions or flat beads, or I used to call them cabochons, but a lady said that they're not really cabochons, so I just call them flat beads. So that one there is all squashed down, and I'll set it aside to dry. I'll just wipe my hands again. Make sure I got it all around. And I'll put that one aside to dry, so that's those two done. I'm just sitting them on the top of a book on the floor, so I don't have that much room on my desk. Okay, we've got that one done. So now what we'll do, I've got that one filed back. What we're going to do now is file this one. Here we go. So you just file them around to make sure they're nice and flat, and you've got all the little bumps, but they are quite smooth around. And it's good to keep your real old files for this sort of thing. Bit awkward, I'm trying to do it all with my left hand. And just keep filing it until you're happy with what you've got. So then when I go around, I just then go around. Ouch, that hurt. You just file it back like that, so you got nice smooth edge there. Take that little resin piece off. I'll just pause this for a second till I finish filing it, and then I'll be back. Okay, I've got that all. I'll remove that now. I don't really need that there now, so I'll move that away. I've got that all filed down. It's nice and smooth all the way around. And I'm going to now paint the edges, so I'll put some couple of paper towels underneath. And I'll do one purple and one blue, because I've already got 2 lots of gold ones done there. So I'll do the purple one first. I'm just adding a bit of paint onto, I don't have a palette, or I do have a palette, but it's got watercolour on it, so I'm just going to stick that one there. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is run around the edges with my finger, not using a brush. Just going to use my finger to rub it around. And I'll take a couple of coats to go around, make sure I get it all in. So I'm just going to rub it around. I don't want to go the whole piece this side, because it's going to be the top. But I'll do the back. To put the cork piece on. I haven't got any thick flat cork, so I'm going to use the adhesive one, and hopefully it'll stay. If it does and it doesn't and it comes off, that will be fine. I'm not going to stress about that, because I'll have it all coloured in with the purple, so it won't look so bad. It'll be all done with UV light resin. So I'm just going to set that aside now to dry, and then I'll come back and then put another coat on, because this paint is only really cheap paint. It's not expensive paint, so it does take a fair bit to put it on. I don't buy anything expensive. I just buy what I can that is quite cheap. It's got a bit of a hard piece on it there, so I'll wipe that off. Put that in the bin. Another piece. Now this one I'm going to do with the blue. Whoops-a-days. Decide to flip. I tell you, I'm very messy with paint. But then I love messy. I love messy clay. Just not too keen when it's glue that's sticking to your fingers. So I'm just going, this paint here is going on a lot better. It's only a cheap paint too, this one. It's just a crafty colour paint I got from my hardware store. I think it was $2.50 a tube, and the other one I think it was $2. It was either $2.69 or $2.99 for the big bottle, but it's cheap. I get a lot of paint from Kmart, which is cheap, and they're $2. Not as big as pot, but I don't buy anything really expensive. So I'll sit that one to dry too on something. I may have to remove that and sit it on there, and sit that one on there to dry, and then I'll come back to it. I'll make sure I get all this off my hands before I touch anything else. I hope you guys have a lovely Christmas. I'm going to be having a very quiet one again this year. I won't be going anywhere. I'll be staying home. As you all know, I live on my own, so there'll be no celebrating. I haven't celebrated Christmas for quite some years now. Okay, I'll put that one back onto the bottom, and I'll move on to the gold one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue that on there. And my glue has gone stock in the little pin thing. That's alright, we can use this one. Ouch. And spread it around. Use my finger to make sure I go right around. I want to make sure it all glues down, and then I'm going to make sure I got it evenly edged. Some mightn't be quite evenly edged, but that's okay. I'll use my, make sure nothing sticky on there, get out all my bubbles, air logs, any air caught underneath there, it'll roll it out. Wipe the glue off around the edge. So there we go. So when that's dry, I'll then apply the resin to that one. I'll do this other one. And then I'll follow suit with all the others, the other colours and that when they all dry. Making sure I get it level around. And that had moved fraction. Slowly over lightly and get all the air bubbles out. I think that's pretty. Yep, all the air bubbles is out of that one. So I'll sit that up there and wait till they dry, and then I'll get the resin all sorted out. I'll just put this on pause, and then I'll get my resin ready to put on those. I'll put these ones up there out of the road. I'll just pause this for 2 seconds. Okay, and I'm going to use bottle tops, water bottle tops, to sit my pieces on top. Ouch. So I've got all my resin here ready to go. Got my resin there. And the resin I'm using, I buy off Temu, and I find it's really, really good. I have used others, but this is the one I find the best. I really enjoy using that one, so I'll stick to that one. I won't try anything else because I know it works. So, and I only put 2 covers on this. On my beads, sometimes I'll put 1, sometimes I'll put 2. It's whatever I feel like using, but it still has that sort of thick dimension gloss about it. Okay, so I'm just going to do the edges first. I'm just going to run around my edges first. Sorry, I've got it out of line. I seem to always do it, take it out of alignment, out of sight. I do apologise. So I'm just running it around the edges at the moment, so I can glaze the edges of it first. Take off I want the bumps on there, so I'll remove those. So I've removed all the bumps that was on the back of it. So I'll just move that back out of the road because the light will harden my resin. So now I'm going to build this up a little bit somehow, so I can I'll take some of these. I've got 1, 2, 3, I'm about 4. See how we go. I just want to rise this up a little bit so I can actually put it on more of a lean, so to speak, type of thing. Oops, that come undone. One day I'm going to buy a much better one. So I'm going to use a pair of tweezers, and I've got the ends bent like that, so I can just slide it in, grab it like so, and then hold it under my light so that it will harden. So I will pause this and I'll be back because it is very bright. Okay, I've just finished doing the edges, put 2 coats around the edges of that. If you get a lump like I have there, as you can see, how can I see there's a bit of a drip there, so what I'll do, I'll fold that off. I just fold that away. And then I'll touch that up later when I go back around it. So now I'm going to put my 1 coat on here now. So I'll put that down there. So I'm just going to put my 1 coat on this. As you can see, I'm putting 1 coat on that. Make sure I go all over. I should fold that piece there, but the 2nd coat should cover that up, hopefully. Otherwise I'll file it and then go back over the top of it. So make sure I go right to the edge. And check for bubbles. Okay, move that out of the road. And then I've got a oops, lost it. I've got a lighter. I'm just going to go over to pop my bubbles. I think that's got all the bubbles there. There's a couple little spots there. I'll just go move towards the light so I can my little gaps. Sorry to take it off the camera, but I just had to make sure. I don't think I got any. I think that's pretty good there. So I'm going to sit that back on there. And then I'll set this going again. And then I will be back when I've done the 2nd coat. Make sure I've got it all over under the cover properly. There we go. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've just did another coat on this, and oh wow, doesn't it look beautiful? I think that just turned out really, really awesome. So what I'm going to do now is finish off and I'll do the same over the back. I'll do the same over the back, but I'll just put a couple of thin coats on it there. But I really love how it turned out, so it's absolutely beautiful. I've got a couple of little resin marks in there, but I think that could have been, might have been an air bubble under my picture I put on there. But it don't seem to be resin on the top, so I think it's to do with the paint maybe. The paint might have been extra thick in those places, but it's not showing like there's a lump on the top there. It's all smooth, so it's underneath. So maybe it's because the paint was thicker in places. But I don't mind that. That looks pretty pretty cool. So I'll leave that at it now, and I'll go ahead and do the back of it, because I didn't want this video to go too long. And when I've got my other, I'll just come back and do a quick show with all of them finished, and apply the stuff on the back of it, the cork adhesive that I'm using. So I'll leave this as it is, and have a lovely holiday break. God bless, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press that bell. Also, you like this video, please press the like and leave me a comment. I like seeing comments. Okay, thank you. God bless, and see you next time. Bye.